It was the feature event on Sunday. The Alaska Grizzly racing team brought out their loud and proud funny car, looking to set the Alaska speed record on Sunday at the Golden Days drag races. Instead of the record, driver Jamie Bodenstadt did something that at the same time scared and awed the crowd at Fort Wainwright. For everyone who loves speed, it's a moment that you try not to think about, but you know eventually it will probably happen. The moment you lose control of your car and your life is literally thrown into the air. For 5 years, Jamie Bodenstadt avoided that experience. That is, until Sunday.
Oh! I'm glad to get it out of the way. I guess I have another war story to tell now. It's a sad day, but it's kind of a relief to finally, you know, it's finally happened. Now hopefully I can go another 5 years without it happening again.
Traveling at about 240 miles an hour, Bodenstadt's yellow top fuel altered dragster went into the air and landed nearly 528 feet later, skidding to a halt on a chassis without front wheels. It was a memorable experience.
It was coming down on the ground, and I saw both front tires bounce off of it, so I knew I lost my steering, so all I had was my levers left. I started pulling on brakes, and they weren't working too good. It started to come over, and it veered to the left and went out towards the grass, but I'd lost enough speed by that time that things were shaking down enough that I wasn't too worried about getting hurt or injured at that time, so started unbuckling and getting out of there just in case I opened something up and a fire was going to come at me.
In a way, Bodenstadt is happy to get this out of the way. He felt it would happen eventually, and he hardly appeared shaken up at all after the crash. Today, he took a precautionary trip to the chiropractor, but he's all right. No bumps, no bruises, not even an emotional scar. The thing he's excited about is getting down to the business of fixing his car and getting back into the races.
Actually, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and this is the first time I've lost a car, and we've been expecting it and waiting for it, and after the first 3 years, I started to anticipate it, you know, waiting. It's got to happen any day now, and it was today. Happy to be alive, see my family again, happy that there's enough left to rebuild and do it again someday.
Oh, well, Bodenstadt's performance earned top honors in terms of the spectacle. It was also the fastest pass of the day. The mangled mess crossed the finish line of the quarter-mile track in 6.80 seconds.
Man, some incredible video of that dragster tumbling over. It's a miracle that guy wasn't hurt, really is.
Yeah, actually, they're pretty well protected in that cage, and it doesn't really allow him a lot of movement. So pretty much as the cage moves, he will. And it turns out he'd be okay, he thought, and you know, if the crash looked worse. The thing he was really worried about is sort of the thing catching on fire.
Yeah, I bet a lot of damage to the car, too. Huh?
Oh, yeah, but they're excited to get back to work on it, put the whole thing back together, and get back to racing.
Well, it all ended well.
Yeah, it did. And
Throttle open. Throttle shut.